Alright, so today is going to be a little bit more laid back of a video, which is why I'm not sitting up as straight in my chair today. I'm just kind of leaning back. You can't really tell that much, but so yeah, this is going to be the answers to the questions that you all asked in the AMA video. So today is the Q&A. I just opened up the YouTube Studios app, and I am going to be scrolling through the comments. That's the wrong video. Hold up. There it is. Scrolling through the comments and answering as many questions as I can. Some of them are what I would consider too personal for me to answer, so I'm not going to be answering those ones. But I will be answering as many as I can. I'm glad I have desktop audio muted because I just got a notification and it was deafening loud. Anyway, let's go ahead and go through as many of these questions as I can. I got a whole lot more than I thought I would, which is why I'm making the video now. 2 days after I made the AMA video. I was originally planning on making it at least 1 week after. But here we are. MEJ, by the way, I hope I pronounce all your names right. I know there's some that I might end up pronouncing completely wrong, but I'll try my best. MEJ asks, what is your dream job? Well, this is my dream job, and I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I think it'll be pretty cool if it does. What is your favorite sport? Baseball. That's an easy one. I used to play baseball when I was in elementary school and middle school. So I played baseball for quite a while. I think 6 years I played baseball. 5 or 6 years actually. Who's your favorite Marvel character? I would say either it's gonna be either Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, or Scarlet Witch. My favorite. I don't know which one is my most favorite, but those are my 3 favorite right now, at least. It's the multiverse trio, and that's coming up in the MCU. Let's see. Oh, that was asked by Shady Roblox, and the favorite sport question was asked by Ben Heath. Rayan Adatis? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. Asks, would you ever be down to play video games with followers? I don't think so. I'm sorry, but it's mainly because I don't know you. Is the thing. And it would be, I don't know, it'd just feel weird to me if I were to just invite my followers that I don't know to play with me on Xbox or PlayStation. Well, not PlayStation. I don't have PS Plus, but on Xbox or PC. But no, I probably wouldn't. GB Killer asks, what music do I listen to? I listen to a lot of classic, like rock from anywhere between the 60s to the 80s, maybe a little bit of 90s. But mostly 60s to 80s rock. It's a little bit of pop as well from like 80s, 70s and 80s pop. But mostly rock. Will Brooks asks, what kind of hobbies do you do and would like to pick up in the future? Well, every now and then I draw. I don't draw as often as I used to, but other than that, I collect comics. I guess that's kind of a hobby. If you saw my show and tell video from yesterday, you'd know that I collect manga as well on my bookshelf up there. I just collect things, really. Books. I'm big into reading books and collecting books for things that I like. Let's see. So yeah, those are the hobbies. And as for what hobbies would I like to pick up in the future, I don't know what hobbies I would like to pick up in the future. It all depends on where my interests, what interest I get. If there's anything I end up becoming interested in, then it'll probably turn into a hobby somehow. Do you play Genshin? Oh, this is asked by Lanavi. Lanavi is asking, do you play Genshin or any RPG games? Um, I used to play Genshin. Not so much anymore. I put so much time into that game in like the first couple weeks I had it, and it was too much time, and I got bored with it. Um, so yeah, I played it for a bit, and not anymore. And as for any other RPG games, I play single player RPGs more than I play MMORPGs. But I do play MMOs occasionally. But the thing is, right, I really like playing MMOs, but I get bored with them. I don't know if it's just because I'm playing by myself and I don't have anyone else to play with on it, but or if it's just because I just get bored with MMOs in general. But I've tried playing multiple MMOs and I did like them. I did have fun with them while I played them, but I get bored with them eventually. Which is why if there's ever a paid one that I end playing, I most likely will never leave the free trial of it because I would get bored, so bored that I don't really want to pay and then waste that money. If so, I would recommend try playing Cookie Run Kingdom. I've never actually heard of that one. So far, I've really been enjoying it. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Love your videos, by the way, and thank you for that. So yeah, I've never heard of that one. I don't know if I'll check it out because I'm currently in my phase of not really playing MMOs. Because I just played the Star Wars Old Republic MMO quite a bit, not too long ago, and I played that longer than I've played any other MMO. I almost actually fully completed a story for a character, so that's the farthest I've ever gotten in an MMO. Without getting bored. But thank you for the question anyway. And thank you for the suggestion, of the game anyway. Ivy Lynn asks, who's better, Superman or Batman, and why? Ooh, that's a tough question. I would say maybe, I don't know. I like them both about the same. I don't know if I don't know DC as much as I know Marvel. So I don't know, I haven't really seen those as much DC or know DC enough to say which I think would be better. I like them both about the same, but for different reasons. Evelyn also asks, what's your funniest or favorite childhood story or memory? I gotta think for a minute here. Hold on. Alright, I got nothing. I probably just put a cut in there, but I've been literally sitting here staring at my monitor, which is just on the desktop right now, but I have been staring at it silently for like 30 seconds. Before so I probably put a cut in there. But I am drawing a blank right now. I can't really think of any funny or favorite stories or moments. I know I have some that I really like, but I can't think of them right now. I guess the only one I can think of right off the top of my head right now is bringing it back to baseball. Back when I played baseball as a kid, and we won the whole season without losing a single game. We made it through and won from the first game all the way up to the final game. Every single game we played, we didn't lose a single one. That's one of my favorite memories. So yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Let's see. Lay Monkey asks, what's your favorite type of food? American, Japanese, Mexican, Italian, etc. And what's your favorite dish food of that type? Okay. I don't know what my favorite type of food is. Like, from like what country? Italian food's pretty good. Yeah, I think Italian food might be my favorite. Um, but this, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Italian out of that. For my favorite dish or food from that type, that's a hard question to answer for me. Hmm. I don't know. I just like Italian food. That's basically it. I hope that's a good answer. Let's see. Scarlet Fever asks, "Would you rather live in a city or a country or the country?" Um, I think I would prefer country over the city just because it's less crowded. But if I were to pick anything, I would pick um, like in between the country and the city. Like what? Not the big city, but not like the way out in the country. What's that called? Like suburbs or something like that, right? I gotta look this up now. I was gonna drive me nuts forever. Uh, yeah, suburbs, the outlying district of a city, especially a residential one. That's where I would like to live. That's basically where I live now. I live in the suburbs. Um, and then also they asked, "Do you get ASMR tingles?" Yes, I do. Not as much as I used to, but occasionally when I find a really, really good video, I do. And also, have I ever been to Disney World? No, but I would love to go to Disney World one day. That's a dream place that I want to go to. But it costs so much money. I don't know if it'll be. It'll probably be worth it. But I want to go to Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars park at Disney. Macintosh. Let's see. They asked one food for the rest of my life. One food for the rest of my life. I would. Let's see. If it doesn't affect me in any negative way, pizza. Going with pizza. You can never go wrong with pizza. I'm not going to be able to say your whole name, so I'm only going to say the first one for this, Andreas. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the rest of it. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. But Andreas asks, says I have 3 questions. All right, first of all, because I know you're a fan of Doctor Who, which Doctor is my favorite? Um, let's see. The thing with me and Doctor Who, right, is I I'm very it's not even just with Doctor Who, it's just with anything in general. I'm very easy to please when it comes to shows, movies, anything like that. If I get any amount of enjoyment out of it, then boom, I'm instantly gonna like the show. Um, whether it's considered good or not, I don't care. It's something I like because I get any amount of enjoyment out of it. So, as for my favorite Doctor, it's for that reason. Like I get enjoyment out of each Doctor, about the same enjoyment because every Doctor I've seen, they have episodes I don't like and episodes I do like. So I kind of like, um, and by when I say every Doctor I've seen, I mean Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, Capaldi. Those are the 4 I've seen. I haven't seen the new one yet, but but I do actually want to, um, just so I can see what it's like and see if I enjoy it at all, just to get my own perspective on the seasons, because I've seen a lot of people say that it's not that good, but I wanna see it for myself and maybe I'll enjoy it. So yeah, Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, Capaldi, all really good. I actually haven't seen all of Capaldi though. I've seen most of Capaldi's episodes, and I really liked it. If I were to go purely off of acting, Capaldi's my favorite for acting. And then they also ask, who's my favorite actor if I have one? Um, let's see. Favorite actor in general? I don't know. There's a lot of people that I would have to think about because there's a lot of good actors out there that I like. Um, yeah, I don't know who my favorite actor in general would be. And then best movies I've ever seen. Ooh, hold up! I can actually get a good answer of this. Let me open up my Letterboxd and look at my highest rated movies. Let's see. There's a lot of anime movies in here. Um, let's see. My best movies I've ever seen, mostly anime movies. I think my all-time favorite is A Silent Voice, which I have over there, and uh, and Your Name. Those are my absolute favorites. But other than that, like any Marvel movie, I really like Marvel. Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, uh, Thor Ragnarok. Those are my favorites. And then yeah, I just have a lot of movies I really like. But yeah, those are some of my best movies I've ever watched. And next, Elijah asks DC or Marvel. I would say maybe Marvel. Well, definitely Marvel because I've seen Marvel. I've seen more Marvel stuff than I have DC. I enjoy DC, but I don't enjoy it as much as Marvel. The DCEU movies, like all the live action ones recently, I've enjoyed the solo films more than the team up movies. Um, just because like the team up movies were not that great in my opinion. Um, but the solo ones were pretty good. But Marvel, I have seen every movie countless times except Thor 2, Thor the Dark World. I don't like that movie. That is my least favorite Marvel movie forever. I don't think anything will ever top that as being, or go below that for being worst Marvel movie. Um, I've only watched that movie maybe 3 times since it came out, and it is so hard for me to get through every single time. That's my least favorite Marvel movie, but or MCU movie. But that being said, I still prefer Marvel over DC, but I still like DC. As you can see by, I have a Marvel thing here, and I have a DC thing here. Um, and I also have another DC thing up right there, but you can't see it, it's off camera. Um, let's see, favorite hero villain from their respective companies. From Marvel, I answered that earlier, but I'll say it again. Either Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, or Scarlet Witch. Those are my favorites at the moment. Specifically because the MCU. I don't know comics as much as I do the movies. When it comes to both DC and Marvel. So as for favorite villain from Marvel, I would say probably Thanos. He was a really good villain. Actually, no, you know what? Um, uh, Zemo from Civil War. He is one of my favorite villains in the MCU because he was the first one to actually beat the Avengers, and it was awesome the way he did it. It was so cool. As for favorite DC villain, I might have to go with the cliche answer and just say Joker. I really like the Joker. Although if you want a joke answer, Penny Plunder. Look it up. Worst DC villain ever created. DC tried to hide him by rewriting the story of the giant penny in the Batcave to be from Two-Face when it was originally Penny Plunderer. Such a joke of a villain. All he did was steal pennies, I believe. I don't know. Let's see. Colleen K asks, if I could have any superpower, what would it be? Either flight or super speed. That way I can get to places faster and then get home faster. So that way I have more time to do stuff at home. And then also they ask, what is the best gift that I have ever given or received and why? I don't know what the best gift I would have ever given is because that depends on what that person thought of the gift. But the best gift I've ever received, I don't know. Let me think about that. Alright, I've thought about this for a solid minute without talking, just looking around my room to see if I still have any stuff that I got that I absolutely loved as a kid. And I can't think of anything. There's been so many gifts that I gotten that I really like, that that I would probably consider some of my favorites, but I just can't think of them. So I'm sorry I can't answer that question at the moment. Adam DeBoss, Adam DeBoss Plays asks, what is your favorite Doctor Who episode or Doctor? Well, my favorite Doctor I answered kinda earlier. I don't really have a favorite. I really like Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, and Capaldi. All about the same. Although Capaldi's my favorite for when it comes to acting. Especially during his big monologues. But my favorite Doctor Who episode, I would say probably, oh, what is it called? Why can't I remember what it's called? I gotta look it up. Hold up. I need HBO Max. Okay, I gotta look this up real quick. Wait, where's Doctor Who? Doctor Who? Hold on. There it is, Doctor Who. That's what it's called. Doomsday. That's Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, the two-part finale for season 2, the first season of Tenet. That's a really good episode. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name. Silence in the Library and Force of the Dead. That's a really good two-parter as well. Stolen Earth and Journey's End. Some really, really good episodes. Turn Left is kind of cool. Maybe not my favorite. That's just a fun episode. The Pandora Opens. That's a good one. That has one of my favorite Doctor Who monologues. 11th Hour is a pretty good premiere for a Doctor. I'm just going through the seasons now. Asylum of the Daleks. That's a good episode. I think that's the first episode with Clara in it. That was a really good one. Clara is my favorite companion. I do have a favorite companion, and it's Clara, and it will probably always be Clara. Clara is just such a good companion. Let's see, what else is in here? Day of the Doctor was really good. Time of the Doctor was good. Angels Take Manhattan. That was a good one. Darkwater, Death in Heaven. That was a good episode of Capaldi. Flatline. That was a really good episode as well for Capaldi. Flatline was just cool. You see Clara get to be the Doctor for a bit. And then there's Listen. That was a good episode of Capaldi. What else is in here? Heaven Sent, and that was a good episode as well. That two-parter. Face the Raven had a cool moment that I liked of Capaldi's acting. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna sit here forever if I keep looking through episodes. So yeah, those are some of my favorite episodes. Okay, here's a name I'm gonna 100% mispronounce. Cointonado? I don't know, I hope I said that right. My first console. Game Boy? GameCube? Either Game Boy or GameCube. I can't remember which came first. No, it was Game Boy. I remember Game Boy with Pokemon Leaf Green. That was the first game I've ever played. That I have a memory of playing. That's what got me into video games. And then also they ask, how old am I? I'm 22 at the moment. Mitch, I think that says Mitch, says, what animal do you think best represents you? That's an interesting question. I don't know. Kind of lazy, maybe like a sloth, because I'm lazy. I don't know. That's the best answer I got for that. Adam's ASMR. Who's my favorite ASMR channel? And why is it me? But no, seriously, who's your favorite ASMR channel? I don't know who my favorite channel. Actually, you know what channels have I been watching the most recently? Let me look. I've been watching Starling ASMR and yeah, actually mainly Starling ASMR. Starling ASMR. That's who I've been watching a lot lately. That's probably my current favorite. I go through phases of who my favorite ASMR channel is. It's just whoever I'm watching at the time, really the most. Um, Favorite music genre asked by Creamy Fish. What a great username, first of all. Um, but favorite music genre? I think I answered that earlier. I listen to mainly rock from like the 60s to 80s, a little bit of 90s, and then some rock from the 70s and 80s, as well as some like old country music. Not a whole lot of country music. I don't listen to any modern country at all, that's for sure. But I listen to like older country music sometimes, but mostly rock. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, but where is it? I don't have it on me. I have an MP3 player, an old MP3 player filled with a bunch of classic rock from the 60s up to 80s. Um, Liz, Liz XCY. I think that I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't know if it's actually meant to be said a certain way or not. But asks a few questions. Only one of which I'm gonna answer though, because the others are either too personal or I don't want to answer. Um, but who was your first celebrity crush? I don't know who first one was. Uh, but I can tell you who a real easy one I can answer now is.
Alright, future editing James popping real quick to give a better, more recent answer. I'm cutting out my actual answer and putting in this one because this is my real answer, a more recent one. To fit in with the Doctor Who theme and all the mentions of Clara earlier, Jenna Coleman. Easy right there. And now on to the next question.
Okay, this is a name in another language. Uh, I don't even know how to say this one, so I'm sorry I won't be able to say a name. But they ask, what are your favorite anime and manga? Well, uh, in my show and tell video from yesterday, I said my favorite manga is Tokyo Ghoul. I absolutely love that series. For the manga at least. Anime, I only really like season one of the anime. As for my favorite anime, I would say, um, uh, okay, I have two, and they are very, very different, like polar opposites, opposite shows, but either Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, or, Your Lie in April. Those will probably be my favorites at the moment. ReZero is really good too. I'm binging the second season of ReZero finally. Alright, those are my top three I can think of at the moment. Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, Your Lie in April, and ReZero. But for anime movie, I would say Your Name or A Silent Voice. Or the Fate Heavens Feel movies. Those are good too. Chris Roca? I don't know how to say that last name. But they ask, do you do college or are you in a university? Not anymore. I graduated high school. I went into college. I never finished college. I actually dropped out of college. But I do still have a graduate certificate despite dropping out of college. That's behind my computer at the moment. So I don't have a degree, but I do have a graduate certificate for college. Lee Qua 21, I think that's how you say it. Asked, well, what's my favorite color? Blue. No, I'm kidding. It's red. What's my favorite Pokemon? Darkrai. Darkrai, easy. And if you don't know much about Pokemon, which I do, but that's fine. I answered that one. But it can be, what's my favorite food? My favorite food. Well, I said Italian's my favorite type of food earlier, but I don't know if my favorite food would be something that's Italian, like my favorite food in general. Uh, you know what? It might be. I guess it'll be Italian. Maybe spaghetti. Spaghetti's really good with a little bit of cheese sprinkled on top as well. Uh, Although you can never go. Yeah, okay, spaghetti. I was gonna say you can never go wrong with pizza, but that's a classic cliche answer. I'm gonna go with spaghetti. I really like spaghetti. Really, any type of pasta. I just like pasta. What's my favorite movie and show? I answered that earlier, but it's like any of the Marvel movies, but mainly Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Homecoming, and then also A Silent Voice, which isn't Marvel, but it's still one of my favorite movies, as well as Your Name. The Fate Heavens film movies. I think that's all the ones I said earlier. I think there might have been one other one, but favorite show. I don't know what my favorite show would be. Maybe Loki. That's a good show. Or if we're gonna talk about just shows in general, then maybe it would of course be anime again, but it would be either ReZero, Your Lie in April, Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, one of those three. Emma. Oh wait, no. That favorite movie show was asked by Salty Seth. That took so long to get out. I don't know why it took a while for me to say that. Emma asks, "Where are you from?" From the U.S. Do I want to go more specific? Do I want to say state? I'm from the U.S. I'll say state. Ohio. I'm from Ohio. There's a few people, random people. Well, not. I wouldn't say random because I've talked with them a bit, but there's a few people on the internet that I don't really know too much, or too well, or too personally, but I know what state I live in, so it should be fine. Yeah, I live in Ohio, my entire life, and that's as much as I'm gonna answer about that. Anything else would be too specific and too personal for me to say. Sebi asks, favorite snacks besides the trademark pizza Cheez-Its, of course. Well, you can never go wrong with the pizza Cheez-Its, but if I were to say something other than pizza Cheez-Its, I am 100% not sponsored by Little Debbie at all, but I absolutely am addicted to Star Crunches. These things are incredible, and I would highly recommend getting them, trying them. So that's my other favorite snack. And also popcorn. I really, really like popcorn. Do you have any pets? Oh, Scott D asks, do you have any pets? And what pets would you like to own? Yes, I have a dog named Daisy. And yeah, that's the only pet I have right now. What pets would I like to own? Probably more dogs. Not a whole lot of dogs at once, but I would say maybe 2 dogs at once would be the max that I would go with. But I'm just a dog person. I really like dogs. As for what specific type of dog I would like to own, I've gone through phases. At one point, I wanted a border collie, which I would still not mind having a border collie, but also a Shiba. I really like Shibas. So yeah, that's that answer. Doodles15, what a great name, asks, what games are you into, and what do you play on, i.e. PC or console, and any you would recommend? Well, I play on PC. I use Xbox for single-player and multiplayer games. I use PlayStation for single-player only games. And PC is just also, I guess, multiplayer and single-player, mainly multiplayer for PC, but I don't play on PC as much as I used to. But as for favorite games, I can actually answer that. These will probably be my favorite games. Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely love Kingdom Hearts. It's a mess of a story, but I love it for that. And Nier Automata, or Automata, or however you say it. I have played through that game only once before, and I played through it and got every single ending, or not every ending. There's like 26 endings. I got endings A through E. I got all the true endings. Every ending after E is just a joke ending. I didn't get those, but I got ending A through E on my first playthrough. So, yeah, those are my favorite games. And any games I would recommend, I would 100% not recommend Kingdom Hearts, despite how much I love those games. It is a lot to get into. If you've never played it before, I would only recommend playing it if you want to commit way too much time to a video game franchise. It's just a lot. If you do want to play it, the all-in-one collection is the way to go. It's all on one console, so it makes it easier to play instead of getting a game on Game Boy and a game on DS and a game on 3DS. But yeah, the all-in-one collection if you want to play Kingdom Hearts. If you don't want to play Kingdom Hearts, which would be completely understandable, I would recommend, depending on what type of game you're into, the BioShock games are pretty good if you want like a first-person action, or I guess Borderlands. BioShock Infinite's more action, and then if you want like a more like horror or thriller, BioShock 1, maybe 2. I haven't played 2 in a while. I don't remember what that game's like. Borderlands is also really good if you like looter shooters. It's also really funny. I'd recommend Borderlands. Nier Automata is good if you like hack and slash action JRPGs. Not really JRPG. It's just an action. It's just a hack and slash game, really. Final Fantasies if you like JRPGs. Yeah, it really depends on what games you like, but Borderlands, BioShock, those are two that I would recommend to anyone, really. Hisashi Nia, I hope I said that right, asks, why did you start ASMR, and which is your favorite anime? Okay, so I'll start with the first question. Why did you start ASMR? I've thought about it for a while. Okay, so actually, I'll go into a full explanation here. This channel was created as an experiment. I made this channel solely with the purpose of seeing how well a channel could grow from 0 subscribers with 0 promotion anywhere. So I made this channel. I never linked it on my Twitter at first. I do now, but I didn't link it on my Twitter for the longest time. And I never linked it anywhere. I never posted it anywhere. I never told anyone about it anywhere. And the whole goal was to see how well it could grow on its own with no promotion. And I went with ASMR because I've thought about making ASMR stuff for a while. I just didn't have a good mic until I bought the Blue Yeti. But so yeah, that's why I made the channel and why I made it ASMR. But now it's gone well past the how well can I grow this with no promotion, and into the I'm actually enjoying this now. Not saying I didn't enjoy it from the start, but like it's actually become far more than I ever thought it would. So yeah, it's turned into like an actual thing now that I want to keep up with. So yeah, that's why I started with ASMR and why I made the channel. And what's my favorite anime? Fate Unlimited Blade Works, Your Lie in April, ReZero, one of those 3. And lastly, Demon Kid asks, how old are you? I am 22. So yeah, that is all the questions that I am answering for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you everyone for asking all those questions. I got far more questions than I was expecting to. I am over 40 minutes for my recording. It might end up being under 40 minutes for the final video. I don't know how much time I'll be able to cut out, but I've been recording far longer than I expected to. I only expected this to be like 30 minutes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video, whenever and whatever that may be.